I think social media has brainwashed a lot of people. Like, people think every realtor owns a big fancy home. They think that every realtor drives a nice luxury car and that all realtors have like life figured out or something.
It's all cap.
Okay, so can I be real with y'all for a second? Because a lot of people always ask me like, Key, you're a realtor, but why you don't own a home? Like, why are you renting instead of becoming a homeowner? And honestly, that is not real life. Now, first of all, for anybody who don't know, I was once a homeowner. Like, I was a homeowner during the pandemic. And yes, I was married when I purchased my first home. So I did not acquire this home by myself, if we're being 100% honest.
That's the part they leave out.
But here's the thing that nobody talks about. Owning a home is not some magical finish line. I already checked that off my bucket list. I did it. I experienced it. So now I move based on what actually makes sense for my life. And right now I'm single. I don't have any kids. I don't have any pets. It's literally just me. So why would I go and buy this huge house or a house just in general to say I own one?
That is a great question.
For who? To impress Instagram? To impress the people on social media? No, y'all tripping. I don't cut grass now. I'd have to pay somebody to maintain it. I'd have more responsibility, more overhead, and more pressure. Let me tell y'all something else from a real realtor's perspective. This business has slow seasons. I don't care what nobody says online. There are realtors making 6 figures in 1 month and then stress the next month, like right after.
Indeed.
For the first time in a long time, I can genuinely say I got peace and I am okay with that. That means more to me than trying to look rich online.
I love this post. Should you buy a home from a realtor that has never owned a home? Answer that question for me in the comment section if you don't mind. There's a lot of capping. There's a lot of performance going on online. And she's 100% right. And the reason that that is important for those of you out there, it paints a picture that you have to buy this house for somebody else like you checking a box. And you guys got to stop, because you're not going to be peaceful. You notice she said that word peace several times, because a lot of these realtors and lenders are stressed out because they haven't made a sale. And so they're going to talk you into doing whatever it is that they need you to believe so that they can make a commission. So I like real people like herself that understands the ups and the downs. Anybody that knows me, been a lender 20 plus years, especially those that I mentor, I tell them all the time, man, you'll be fortunate if you get one windfall in life. If you get more than that, you're really blessed. But when it comes in like a flood, the mental thinks that it's going to continue to happen, especially if you're young. Look at a lot of these athletes out here that are making millions upon millions of dollars, and not too far after they're not able to perform anymore on whatever field that is or entertain, then they're having money problems. Why? Because they were never educated or taught on how to live beneath your means. There's always somebody that has more money, and the lust of trying to get on these platforms and look like something that you're not, you have to question and ask yourself, where does that come from? You trying to make yourself feel better because you supposedly have more than somebody else. Who cares? If you have to buy a house, ladies and gentlemen, and you got to put it online so everybody can see it for you to feel good, don't buy. You're buying for the wrong reason. The number one reason is for shelter. And when you keep that in mind, you'll always be able to buy what you need and not out of your greed or your lust for attention. So love everything that she said. Appreciate the transparency. Last thing I'll say about her video before we move on is this. As it pertains to you guys buying a home, she said something that a lot of ladies don't want to hear today. She said she was married. It takes two. It really takes two to make a thing go right. And so a lot of these folks that are successful, from my studies and my practice, they have a spouse that has an additional income, or someone that's playing the domestic engineer role that's able to prevent childcare, and a lot of extra money is leaving the house as a result of what they do for the household if you have children. Don't get it twisted. If you're by yourself, single, You have to say, you know what? Is it in my best interest to buy this house? Am I really someone that's going to sit down and plant roots 5+ years? And it's not an Instagrammable event where you trying to flex on somebody else that don't care. Because as she said, when it comes time to pay them bills, it's only you. So shout out to you, young lady. I got one more that I want to react to. She's going to give a real good case for renting opposed to owning.
Let me tell you something you probably didn't know about being a renter and a homeowner. A lot of people be saying when you say you own a home, you really don't own it because you got to pay your property taxes and your insurance. If you don't pay them, they're going to put you out. Okay, that's fine. But you gain something, being a homeowner versus apartments. Me, myself, personally, I think people who go apartment to apartment, that's not stable. People who purchase a home, they don't want to get up and be moving every 333 days.
I tend to agree with her on that. I'm from the same mindset that she is with the lack of stability. And another thing that I don't think people consider when moving from place to place is the cost. It's very expensive to move.
Okay, you know what I'm saying? Also, if something happens to Miss Brenda's son, your nephew, your cousin, or whoever that is, and Miss Brenda ain't got the money, you cannot go to your apartment complex and say, hey, I done been staying here 3-4 years. I done put down for my rent probably in these last 3 or 4 years, $60,000-$75,000. I only need to loan Aunt Brenda $9,000-$10,000 so she can bury little Johnny. You can't go in there and get no money off of that. But what you can do is go into your equity in your home that you've been paying your mortgage on, and get something.
Yeah, that's another great reason. And really what I cite after you taking care of the shelter piece or for your lifestyle piece, but it's a forced savings account that you can assess not just for emergency purposes. Hopefully you have the ability to create an emergency fund and have some things in place, life insurance, so on and so forth. But if you do, she's 100% correct, pardon me, in that your rent that you're paying, that's a sunk, it's gone. That's something that these investment gurus hate to tell you about, because if you're paying a certain amount of money, some of you guys have paid 100,000+ over the last 5 years. That money gone. Okay. And so when you own, you can control. You understand, and have equity to tap into business investments or maybe other opportunities, or in this case, to bury somebody.
So it's different from renting and being a so-called homeowner. You got a lot of perks out of that. The thing about a homeowner, they tend to be just probably a little bit more responsible. So they got a little bit money saved to the side if something does, break down. But you still paying property taxes and insurance when you're renting an apartment. Why do you think your rent going up every time you renew your lease? Your rent ain't staying $1,800, $1,900, $1,700. Every time it's time for that renewal, they tacking an extra $100 or $200 and some dollars onto it.
If they doing it right. And a lot of you guys, if you're renting in some of these smaller markets, maybe the house is paid for, and the rent, you might say, well, my rent hadn't gone up. Well, they haven't done any capital improvements to the house either. Because I'm starting to hear that. Well, they haven't fixed anything because you ain't paying for it. You paying for it one way or another. So, as she's saying, a lot of you all have the misconception that I'm not paying taxes, or I don't have to take care of the lawn or any of the things that might break in a home. Well, from a homeowner's perspective, not an investor, you still have some tax benefits for that. Some of that isn't as powerful, I'll say that, if you don't itemize, but a lot of you guys still itemize. The salt tax in certain areas where you have state tax, that has been lifted, that $10,000 cap. So there's ways to mitigate tax wise some of the costs that you spend, but don't get it twisted, renter. You're paying incumbents, you get that slow increase, but if there's a turnover, the new person coming in, they're going to get adjusted to where they need to be off the top. So don't think you're missing it.
Yes, you are paying property taxes, insurance, so it ain't no way around it. But to each his own. You can rent, or you can, whatever you do, purchase your home. A bill gonna be a bill. A debt just gonna be out there. Just like if you have a paid off car, you still gotta pay, insurance on that. You still gotta get your tags every year. So it's either you gonna get scammed big time or you either gonna get scammed little time. Pick your damn choice.
I love what she said. A bill is a bill. I'll challenge you to stop looking at taxes and things of that nature as a scam, because it steals your peace, because there's no way around it. And those of you that think that you found a way around it, and all the ones before you, after you do your federal bid, right, you come back and you start paying them taxes. Render unto Caesar's what Caesar's. I digress. But you don't have to buy. To each his or her own. You just have to understand the full matter of what it is before you do it. So if you're not someone that wants to deal with the maintenance or the upfront tax bill that you may have to pay, or HOA or something like that, rent. But understand that all that money that you've rented, they could care less. They who? The landlord. When it's time for you to go, peace, deuces. There, you don't get no parting gift or nothing like that. Investment requires a contract, a relationship, a covenant. And any good investment over a period of time, there's benefits that come with it. So there's pros and cons. You guys decide and determine which one is for you. Only thing I ask you not to do is don't do it for those folks online. They don't care. You got to do it for you. Now, if you say, Robert, I really don't know where I stand. I think I want to own a home, but I just don't know. I have some fears. And like the first young lady, I'm looking for some peace. I got a solution for you. We're about solutions over here. In the description of this video, we've created a peace test, PEACE. It will give you peace in knowing if you're not ready, if you're in the middle, or if you're, what I like to say, ready. Take that peace test, get a better understanding of where you are. And then after that, if you say, what's my next step? Schedule a consultation, 15 minutes free. Let me hear what it is that you're wanting to achieve so that we can move forward to help you realize your goals of owning. Let's be good to one another. Let us let grace abound. Watch these next two videos. I've curated them for you personally, and I guarantee you they'll help you continue your education, gain the confidence that you need before you reach out. Watch those and you won't be disappointed. Stay blessed. Indeed.